And I believe I am live. Alrighty then. Hello everybody. Welcome to another exclusive by Mel event about DCUO and the census and its favoritism and its corruption and manipulation and its lies. Throughout this week, I've been showing you different videos about Super the Trash Patriot lying. And make a long story short, make a long story short is this, right? So I received several emails on my other account throughout this week, and I didn't check them because it's on my other account, whatever. You know what I'm saying? The account that I asked people to send me music and to send me what's going on Zargon, what's going on Electric Magician. What people will send me music and people will send me stuff to use for videos, and people who send me music and their stuff, I'm sorry that I haven't added the music to my videos because due to the fact that I wasn't playing DC Universe for a long time, and I forgot that you guys were even sending me videos, and I apologize. So I will make some DCUO videos, and I will put those music in those videos. I realized I had like 20 something emails. Within those 20 plus emails that people were sending me music to put on videos, someone sent me, not someone, but maybe it was more than one person because it was the same words in the email, but it was more than one person who was using the same words, and that's why I didn't acknowledge it at first. They were explaining to me that the census is corrupted now ever since I proved Super Patriot wrong. And I'm like, I don't really want to talk bad about Super Patriot anymore because, I think I've already, made my point, and I didn't want to pay attention to the thing. So I still didn't look at it until, until the person came and contacted me again on my account. Not my old account, but my account. And so, I took a look and I checked it out, and I realized that the census is giving this ridiculous number of high-ranked active players, which is weird. Okay, because last month of November, top CR person was only 100, 110, 140 people, whatever. You know what I'm saying, like 100 people, or the most for the top CR. Now all of a sudden we have 7,600 people, 7,000, and then we have 6 people over at the 152 CR, something like that, right? Or the highest CR. But I'm messing up right now because I have the numbers on the paper and I can't find it, so I'm going to sound kind of odd. But I checked this up last night and I was like, I'm not going to talk about it, and then I realized, I have to talk about it because the manipulation, the corruption, the lies is what DC Universe does, and for them to go out the way, and the person, we had a conversation through chat before I did this, so they might be watching the stream. In a conversation that he wrote, he said that he's been watching the census ever since I made that video. And I'm glad that you are, because I was not watching the census after I made that video. I wasn't watching it. I wasn't looking at it. I wasn't interested in it. As a matter of fact, I didn't become interested until I wanted to see if SP, aka Super Patriot, when I say SP, it's going to be Super Patriot, was lying. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to use his name no more in videos. I don't want him to think anything, you know what I'm saying? But when I realized that SP, was lying, so I went to use the census myself, and I wasn't really a person who used the census. So now the census is reading high, ridiculous numbers, right, of how many active people are at a high CR, right? And not only is it doing that, it's also lying about the numbers, but it's also saying that there's a certain amount of people, like all of a sudden it jumped 1 million people. A whole bunch of lies, a whole bunch of jumped 1 million characters, a whole bunch of lies, a whole bunch of corruption going on by DC Universe Online. So I just wanted to do this stream to tell people don't rely on the census right now. Before it was correct, after I proved Super Patriot wrong, now that it's being manipulated, it's being corrupted. Okay? What DC Universe does not know is that it's not the only gaming company or the only people who kept track of DC Universe's active players and stuff like that. There are other websites that you guys can go to besides the DCUO census. Okay, all you have to do is Google it, and you can find many other websites that you can use besides the DCUO census. The DCUO census is all of a sudden, after proving Super Patriot wrong, is corrupt and giving big numbers of DC Universe players online. However, what DC Universe Online does not know is I do have a European account, I have a Japanese account, I have a PC account, and I have a European PC account, so I actually have access to every server, including the American server. And I thought, I was hoping that after I made the video about Super Patriot, that they would understand that I can get any information I want from the USPS server. Um, it's not active as the census is saying. The people are not in that top CR. There's not that many people in the top CR. That's just a lie. Okay, it's just a lie. You still are waiting forever to get into a group. If you're not part of a league that's active, or if you haven't been a player for many years, you're still struggling to get into a group. Okay, and even the players who've been playing for years, who have friends, who have a league, it depends on the time. The game is not a 24-hour game anymore. It's less than a 10-hour game now. 10 hours throughout the day. There's a little bit activity, 8 hours throughout the day. I hate to mention this guy's name, but Bumtis made a video about Dragon Ball Z Universe PvP, and someone told me to go check it out. I went to go check it out, and I'm laughing because Dragon Ball Z Universe never died. Just people assume that it died. Dragon Ball Z Universe PvP was always jumping. Dragon Ball Z Universe is an active game. I played all hours throughout the day. But DC Universe is not as active as it used to be. And make a long story short, my biggest problem is that why would you go out your way to corrupt the census, which was an accurate piece of information? It's because DC Universe is used to exploiting things, used to doing real corrupt things, okay? And lying to people. So this goes back to what I said about Super Patriot being a liar. He would lie about the numbers. And that goes to show you that the developers and other people who are dealing with DC Universe Online will also lie about the numbers, okay? Because we all know that there's not 7,600 and something people that are top CR in the game. That's just impossible. I know you guys play the game more than me. There's no way you guys throughout all the servers. Though, this is all the servers. Throughout all the servers, they said there's over 7,600 people that are top CR in the game, and that's just how could last month in November, right? The top CR was only 100 and something, 140 the most, right? And then all of a sudden, episode 19 comes out, which failed, by the way, because the server's been down 3-4 times since that episode's come out. I mean, the server's been down almost the whole day. Yesterday, the server was down, right? The server's been down ever since episode 19 came out, like 4 times already, right? I've made a video with some people get their refunds, right? And they're struggling to get into groups. Nobody is live streaming. You have like 1 to 2 people live streaming the most, right? Nobody's live streaming, right? And then all of a sudden, after a failed episode 19, right? And nobody's live streaming, right? And nobody's making videos about the new content or the content before that or the content before that or the content before that. So for a whole year of no one making new videos for new content, no one making videos about the content right now, and all of a sudden we have almost 8,000 people at the top CR when last month we didn't even have 150. You guys, open your eyes, open your ears, look at the truth, listen to the truth, and do like I do. Open your mouth and speak the truth. Now, DC Universe is down, okay? If they were making money, right, they wouldn't be down, okay? There's a lot of other free-to-play games. I just want to speak about DC Universe being down constantly. There is hundreds of other free-to-play games. I actually played them myself, right? From soccer to basketball to MMORPGs, sports and MMORPGs. There's a couple hundred games that are free-to-play, okay? And what I mean by that, like some games in the area that are free to play, they're free, and then a couple months go by, then they charge you for them, so you want to get them while they're free. If your PlayStation Plus is what I'm also referring to by free to play. So when I say free to play, I mean the games that come off the games that come off of PlayStation or Sony are free to play. And if your PlayStation Plus, PlayStation gives you a couple of free to play games, so you guys can understand what I mean by free. So I have a couple thousand, a couple hundred free games, right? Now, those servers are never down every day. Okay, it's obviously proof that it's not really Daybreak or Sony, because Daybreak has other games too. You know what I mean? But I want to say this about DC Universe Online: the developers are awful, they're corrupted, and they manipulate the truth. Okay. And if they were making money, the booster bundle pack wouldn't be out every month, every 2 months, like Zargon said. You know what I'm saying? The booster bundle pack is proof of them losing money. You know what I'm saying? That they need money. And the people who are on a server who are continually funding this game, You guys are fools. That's why they can lie to you guys. That's why they don't like me, because they can't lie to me. It's impossible to lie. It's impossible to trick me, right? And I thank God for my subscribers. I thank God for the people who are following me on Twitter, Twitch, and on YouTube. I appreciate it a lot. I thank God for the person who sent me the email about the census being corrupted. I appreciate that. I want to say that again. I appreciate you a lot. I'm not going to mention your name because I don't want them to hate you in the game, for telling the truth. And that's how DC Universe is. It's corrupt. It will hate you for telling the truth. It will absolutely promote hate against you because you're being honest. You guys are watching. You guys can go check, and you guys are active players. And you go tell me, is there over 7,600 people that are the top CR in the game on all the servers? That's including all the servers, right? So I know for a fact there is not that many people. You know what I mean? Because me myself, I have another tune on the USPS. I have a tune on the EU PS. And if you don't believe me, then how do I get to play my other games that haven't come out in America? I have other games that I play that haven't come out in America yet that I'm still playing. That I play. I've live streamed them already. I've live streamed on the DCUO podcast, like Naruto and stuff like that, that haven't come out on American server yet. So I've already had several accounts on different servers, like Japanese, UK, different servers, man. And I know for a fact that I have a computer. You guys know, but you guys don't know that you can always change your IP and play a DC Universe. You know what I'm saying? So I was playing on the PC, and I noticed that it was very inactive, very inactive. So after going through what I went through and hearing this stuff, so I logged into every account and seen how and try to determine how active it is. And that's why I made this at this time. And I made it at this time because this is the daytime. You know what I'm saying? This is the daytime. And if we're in for example, it's 12:46 p.m. Eastern time, and Cali is probably like 9 or 10 o'clock, whatever, I don't know. But in Europe, it's definitely like 5-6 hours UK ahead. So it's like 4 o'clock over there, 5 o'clock over there. Who knows, right? So right now I picked between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, 1:30. I stopped this at 1:30, which is gonna be like the active point where you know what I mean, where people come out of school, or people should be out of school right now, actually, from what I know, because kids aren't in school. So the server should be absolutely active on a day like this, and that's why I'm making this video, because people who are watching this today and tomorrow and throughout Christmas and New Year's, right, where the server should be very active, they'll be able to take what I'm saying and put it up against these next few days to see how active the server really is, and to show that proof that the census is lying, because there's no way in hell that you have almost 8,000 active top CR players that are playing right now. Okay, if that was the truth, you guys would see a difference in DC Universe. You know what I'm saying? DC Universe does not make that much money as they're trying to make it seem like. They're just not. It's all lies. It's all lies. I want to say this. Tomorrow night, tune in into the Real Deal PvP podcast. DCUO Real Deal PvP podcast will be featured on my YouTube, Godman's YouTube, Trick Dacey's, and tune in because we have a special guest. And that special guest is the bringer of truth when it comes to DC Universe Online. And I'm looking forward to him being there. And I do believe that when he comes, he'll open some light to the game and to you guys. But also, I want to say one more thing, right? Like the reason why people who are watching this, I have people who are talking to me in the chat, so it's not me talking to myself, talking to people in the chat. I agree with you, Zarkon. They don't have 8,000 people in total playing, which is a lie. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, 8,000 people, right? And then why they're lying? Because they have to manipulate the truth. They have to make you believe that their game is good. You have to believe that their game is good, or else you won't invest your money in it. But this is what I told them. This is what I told them, and I'm telling you guys. And I told my girlfriend. My girlfriend knows about business, right? But I'm a businessman, okay? Now, I'm going to tell you guys a story, right? But I'm not going to include my name or anybody's name. I'm just going to call people's names, right? Say, for example, right, that you have a business, right? And you say you own a hospital, or you own uh, what's another big business that my friend owns? You own a real estate company, or you own a car dealership, right? Let's say, let's speak something about what I used to own, right? Car dealership, right? Say you own a car dealership, right? And you're dealing with, hold on. You see, who would have thought it would be Spanish trash doing that? Spanish people doing that. That's crazy. Let the black trash do that. Um, Say for example you own a car dealership or a hospital, whatever, right? And the accountant, this is what the DC Universe is doing. This is what I'm gonna prove to you guys, because when they go bankrupt, you can see that Melvin said it all along. Say for example you have the accountant lying to you about numbers, right? Just lying to you, just lying, stealing money from you, lying to you, right? And then you go bankrupt, then you realize that accountant was lying, you know? You know, he's like, oh, the accountant is lying. You go bankrupt. You're like, how am I going bankrupt? You said I had this much money. You said I had that. You said I had this. You said I had that. What's wrong, accountant? What's wrong? You know, the accountant played you for your money. They took all your money. That's what's going on with you guys, right? You guys think the game's okay. You think the game's all right, but DC Universe is taking all your money. They're taking all your money and lying to you. Say, yes, the game's fine. We got boosted pack, dropping content out, right? That's repeat content on a broken game. That's repeat broken content, okay? Because the content that they brought up before the first time was already broken, so they repeat it and it's broken, so they're giving you repeat broken stuff. So what they did, say for example, you take a plate, you smash it on the floor, right? You glue it back up. That's what DC Universe does to you guys, right? But the difference between that is the plate was already broken. Instead of plate, they have to break the plate. They've already given you a broken plate, then they break it. Then they glue it back up and give it to you again. You have to understand where I'm coming from when I'm saying this, right? They will lie to get by. They have to lie. They have to make you believe that everything's okay so that you can continue investing, okay? They do this in business, you know? But what happens is that a lot of the customers don't understand this business or don't understand what DC Universe is doing or the manipulation. However, that's why they turn you against my YouTube, they turn you against me, because I know business, number one. Number two, they can't manipulate or lie to me ever, you know? Like I said, you go check it out yourself. You guys are players. There's no way in hell all of a sudden we have almost 8,000 people over the top CR in the game. Okay? It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. All of a sudden, and then there's barely 8,000 people playing the game on every server. You know? And this episode failed. After this episode came out, episode 19 came out. Or was it 20? I don't even know what episode they're at right now, right? Came out. The live stream, I checked the live stream. You have nobody live streaming, because if people, for example, if your game is good, if your game is great, people will live stream it. Okay? I like I said, I played the MMO RPG of the year, which is Elder Scrolls Online. And I'm just telling you this right now, even when DC Universe first came out, I don't think it ever won that award. They'll never win that award, you know. And I just want to say this to you guys. There's going to be a lot of corruption on that server, a lot of lies. And when you see the lies, I want you guys to leave that game. You know, leave that game. You can invest your money in so many other games that won't lie to you, that are not corrupted, that are not narrow-minded. You know, you can invest your money in so many other games. Okay, for you guys who are used to paying, you know, every month $20 to DC Universe, $15 a month, save that money, you know. But I want to give you guys an idea of a couple games that you guys can get free online to play, right? There's Onijiri, which is an MMORPG, and it's not like anything like PlayStation 4 graphics, like PlayStation 2 graphics, but it's a very good game. You have Pro Evolution Soccer, which is free. You have NBA Live, which is free. There's a lot of free games out there that are way better. There's Retribution. There's a lot of free games out there that are way better than DC Universe Online, like a Warframe, you know, that give you a better gaming experience, you know. I feel bad for you guys who are paying Legendary or buying DLCs or even buying power tokens like crazy, because you know you can wake up any morning and then all of a sudden everything that you earn, your skill points, doesn't matter because your power is nerfed. You know, they force you to sign a term of service, right? Which they can manipulate and change every month on you. Every month they change it to ban people, and when they change it, right? Say for example, this is my experience with them, right? Say for example, you make a video saying something about DC Universe, and they don't like what you said, so you got banned for it. Then a couple hundred other people make the videos, they don't get banned. You don't see a couple hundred people get banned, but you get banned. They have favoritism in that game, and I don't mind that they favor against me because my YouTube, as you guys can see, has destroyed people who do DC Universe videos. Like I said, I compared my stats to Patriot stats of 2015, 2014, because this is when I created my YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I created my YouTube at the end of 2014 and 2015, and I averaged more views than he did, and he's CRT. You know, so this is what I'm trying to say, that, you know, that now I understand the PS3 players. I'm listening to you, Dorito Walker. The PS3 players, you're right. You don't have a lot of free to play games. You don't have a lot of options for free to play games. However, what you can do, like I said, is sacrifice for a month or two and do not pay the legendary and buy a better game. There are hundreds of other games. Hello, Dragon Eye Gaming. There are hundreds of other games that are better than DC Universe Online. Excuse me, hundreds and thousands of other games, right? DCUO is corrupted and manipulated for lies. Okay? Now, I just wanted to beat Super Patriot to the punch because he's going to try to make a video about it and he brags about it like he's going to beat me somehow. Listen, Super Bum and DCUO developers and the person who created DCUO Census. You can't fool nobody. Just like I showed Super Patriot that I don't have to be on a server for me to know what's going on a USPS server. I'm going to prove to you guys I don't have to watch the census every day. Okay? I have friends, I have subs who watch the census every day and screenshot it ever since the day I made that video. Every day. Okay? Every type of website that there is that has a DC Universe information on it, they screenshot it every day. Okay? You don't just go, you just don't do a jump like that. And we understand that you have to lie to protect your investment. However, there's people who don't like those lies, and I'm one of those people who don't like the fact that you lie. And I want to say to the community and to everybody that you go and check yourself and tell me how many people, if there's 8,000 people at the top CR, right? And before I finish this, I'm gonna ask Zargon, people in the chat, what's the top CR in the game? You know, and write it in the chat box what the top CR is, right? So we're gonna check it. We're gonna check it again because I don't want to say, oh, you haven't played the game, you don't know what the top CR is, you know. So we're gonna check my information live. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna check my information live. You know. So tell me, what's the top CR in the game right now, fellas, ladies and gentlemen? Zargon, Donito, come on. Liptastic, who knows the top CR? All right. So you know what we're gonna do? We'll put 148 and greater than, right? All right, we'll do that. Because you guys say 140. I know it's not 148. You know what I'm saying? But actually, hold on. I think it is 148. I don't have my paper in front of me. That sucks. I started this thing without having my paper in front of me. You know, it is 148 the top CR. That's what it is. And it really sucks. I don't have my paper in front of me. I just came and started this. Now I have to wait and go find my paper because you know I had to write down some of these things this guy was saying so I can remember them. Usually that's what I do if I'm reading something and I want to not forget it. I write it down. So it is 148 because I remember writing down 148. And that's what I remember writing down 148. So I didn't write nothing else besides that. But also, what they do when they do stuff like this, right? They always put a glitch on this. So there's a couple of guys higher than 148, and that's how you mess up the system when you do that. There's 4 characters higher than 148. They always try to bug something. DC Universe is always trying to bug something. But anyways, 148. So they say that there's 7,690 148 CR people in the game. When last month there was not even 140 on all the servers, right? And what I believe is this, based on the person who gave me the information, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not the one who's on the server getting all the information. These guys are active players. They have top CRs, and they are hated by Patriot and them because when I was playing with them, I was in league with them too. And they're top players in the game. They're actually top 100 when it comes to skill points. Well, top 100 players when it comes to skill points for sure. So that would give the Super Patriot a little secret, a tip of who it might be. Somebody, of course, on top. Make a long story short, this person really was really pissed off because ever since I showed them the truth, they've been watching it, waiting for them to do some lie, because obviously this person who has a lot of skill points in the game, who has been competing with them, it doesn't, they don't get along too well. And SP is one of those guys that has a lot of enemies. Actually, he doesn't, because she's a habitual line crosser. He said to me this is what he said to me, because he plays also on all the servers, and I play with him on all the servers, right? I even play with him on my other two on the USPS server, and I have friends who are in the chat right now who are surprised that I'm even saying that I can get on the USPS server. I actually can get on the USPS server. I just choose not to. I have other games to play, and I choose not to make videos. He said to me that he sat in a group, okay, just trying to make the group. And I asked him what time it was. He said after work time, around 5, 6 o'clock. I said, my time or your time? He said, my time. So that means that he's in specific time. What's specific time? I know that he's an hour ahead. I'm not too sure, guys. I don't want to be wrong, right? I know that he's an hour behind me and I'm an hour ahead. So for him it's 6 o'clock, for me it's 7 o'clock. So I'm thinking in my mind that I played DC Universe for 5 years almost, you know what I mean? And before Mepps corruption, but before CRT, Super Patriots and Brittany, before that nonsense, right? I recall that this game was a 24-hour game. The next time I play GTA, Dragon Eye, probably later on tonight, because I do need to buy more things in Grand Theft Auto. And I remember the game being a 24-hour game. No matter what time you logged in, you were definitely, without a doubt, definitely able to get into any group at any time. I mean, it was like boom, boom, boom. I remember being in DPS role and always competing with my friend Joey, and being able to jump in any group and just compete with each other. Just compete with each other. Just jump into any group and just compete. And it hasn't been a 24-hour game in years. You're right, Zargon. It hasn't been a 24-hour game in years, right? But it used to be a 24-hour game that no matter what time, it was so active. No matter what time you logged in, you had activity. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot of activity. Now, you wait forever to get into a group, and then when you get into the group, if you don't have the correct players, you have a hard time. And what makes it worse is that they've, not to insult the people who play, but they've dummied down the game. They've made it easier for people to get their gear and to beat the raids, and they are still struggling to beat the raids and to beat the alerts, but definitely the raids. And after they dummied down and made the ads weaker and the bosses easier, people are still struggling because of the lack of skill and experience in these new players. And the new players are not really new players like we're saying new players. See, this is one other thing that Super Patriot and Brittany and the CRT and the devs get upset about. What I mean by new players, people have to update 41. Because those new players are still the players today, and I still consider them new, even though they're over a year old, because they played with the new style DC Universe. And they have no idea what DC Universe is supposed to look like. They look at DC like, oh, it's all right because it's free. You know what I'm saying? Everything that's free to some people is okay. You know what I'm saying? But when you realize that it's not free like they lie, because everything about DC is a lot, right? Free to play, but it's not really free, right? When you play it, you need to pay, at least invest some type of money to enjoy a piece of it, and every piece that you get costs. Okay, I actually can tell you real free to play games like Pro Evolution Soccer, my club. That is absolutely free. Okay, you don't need to pay to play or pay anything. Warframe is somewhat free, but more free than DC. You know, only Jerry's actually free. But like I said, make a long story short. You have to go premium to get to spend 1,500. Then you have to go legendary to enjoy anything in the game. Okay, that only 10% of the game is free. 1/10 of the game is free. That's it. The most 10%. And that's me being generous. That game is not free to play. It shouldn't even be in the free to play genre. Okay? ESO is more free to play than DC because the reason why so, for 3 months of legendary, right, which is what you need to enjoy everything in DCUO, right? But let's be honest, Elder Scrolls Online doesn't even cost $60 anymore. Elder Scrolls Online is $24, $20 now, right? Elder Scrolls Online, once you purchase it the one time, it's free for the rest of the time. It's all free. It's all free. You know what I mean? DC Universe Online, they charged $60 when it first came out, then it failed, it crashed, it burned. Sony bought it, you know, and tried to keep it alive. What they did to Sony, which I want to tell you guys, right? Because the Sony people, like I said, my information comes from these people who were fired, these people who were laid off. That's where my information comes from. You know, these Sony people, they blame Sony for everything. That's what DC Universe Online used to do back in the day. They would blame Sony for everything. Sony has more money than Daybreak, okay? Sony has way more money than Daybreak, and they would blame Sony for everything. So what Sony did, Sony washed their hands with DC Universe Online, you know? And then Daybreak came in and bought other games. But Sony was already washing their hands with games. Sony had like 14 or 12 games, right? Then it just dropped a whole bunch of games. That's what I remember. And it only kept DC, World of Warcraft, EverQuest, like stuff like that. And it kept like a handful of games, which are 6 games, right? A little bit over a handful of games, right? And sold it to Daybreak. Daybreak has less money than Sony, okay? And it's not making much off DC. It's making a little bit more off H1Z1 and Planet Side than it's making off DC Universe, right? Now, they're not going to invest anything into DC, okay? Then they're really not. They know DC is dying. As a matter of fact, you know, I'm under the impression that they're going to get rid of Mepps. If they get rid of Mepps, then the DC Universe will be worth money again. But I'm hoping, and I hate to say this to you guys, I actually am hoping that Daybreak drops DC Universe because they're not getting no money from it. Yeah, the membership whip is not worth it in DC Universe Online. The membership is, it's like you're not even treated like a member. You know, you pay membership, but your voice doesn't count. You know, they'll ban you because of somebody who doesn't pay membership. They'll ban you for a free to play guy or a premium guy. You know what I'm saying? They don't listen to legendary players, and that's why they're not getting legendary money. You know, and that's why I know DC Universe is going to go down. We're not receiving that annual income, that that commitment from players. Like before, they would have an annual commitment from certain players. You know what I mean? They don't have that anymore. So yeah, that's what a lot. That's what's keeping DC Universe alive, Zargon, is that they people paid 1 year membership, but now those 2 years have gone by, and they really think PvP is gonna fix it. And especially now with that update, they're not creative. Number one, I can just tell by their update ideas that this is a non-creative ass crew, right? And then the way they try to make people lie, the way they try to convince you of their lies, like for example the census being corrupted and manipulated to try to after I prove Super Bum wrong, to try to lie to you guys is wrong, because you guys can tell on the server that there's not this many high CR people. I mean, you can go check it out yourself. I mean, and it's hilarious. The numbers are hilarious. I find it absolutely. If I had enough space to fit in the title, I would have put 7,600. Are you joking? No, I don't. We don't know if they're bringing back roll gear or not. Put it like this: PvP will never be fixed if a guy like Super Patriot, who sucks at PvP, and a guy like Brittany. Well, a guy. That's right. We're gonna call Brittany a guy now, because Brittany to me is just some ugly fat panda bear. You know what I'm saying? So the guy Brittany, right? With those two running, speaking for the community, DC Universe will never be fixed. I wish I really wish that the people who are running DC Universe would go check out my YouTube. I really wish that. I really wish they would go to my YouTube and look at all the videos and compare my videos to their videos and say, this guy knows PvP. Because guy has thousands of PvP videos. I have thousands of PvP videos. And to listen to a guy called Super Patriot, like I like your videos, Argon, about saying, are you gonna play with those people? Like Super Patriot doesn't know the community, he doesn't play with them. He has no idea what the community's like. He doesn't play with them. No the shit name, Brittany, whatever her name is. You know? I wish the people who are running DC Universe would just go look at my YouTube and say, this guy, these leagues weren't known. You know what I'm saying? These people weren't known. These leagues weren't known until Melevant was there. You know, you can't put Super Patriot in any team and he's gonna win. That's not true. You have to put him around certain people and he'll get a chance to win. Other than that, you can't just put him in any team. I mean, I could play with a bunch of noobs and still come out with a win. You know what I'm saying? In PvP, I could play with a bunch of noobs, and that's why they changed PvP too. I used to make videos, right, with people who are weak, people who just want to be in videos, right, and go in and just beat the whole team. It's me and that person, and that's why they changed the game. You know what I mean? That's why they changed the game. But Dragon Ball Z is back. And I'm so happy that DC Universe is all about, not about PvP, because Dragon Ball Xenoverse is all about PvP. And a lot of guys went from DC to Dragon Ball Xenoverse because the PvP is exquisite. I was playing with All See Money and Shot Guardian the other day. And I realized how good these guys are, and I got a chance to respect them more because they were able to show their skill in another game. And that's why I don't respect those guys, a lot of people in DC Universe, because they're only able to display an exploit, display a glitch, a lag, in a game that's exploitable, that's laggy, that's all about glitches. I like for these guys who play other games and can show their skill in other games. You know what I mean? That can go to Elder Scrolls Online and show their skills in Elder Scrolls Online PvP. That can go to Dragon Ball Xenoverse. That can go to Naruto. That can say, hey, you know, I respect the guys from DC Universe that say, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to go fight Melevant. Because when you fight me in DC Universe, you fight a bug, glitch, corrupt character that's corrupted by Mepps and his friends that was hitting for ones at one point in time, right? But when you go to Dragon Ball Universe and fight me, it's like you're fighting Melevant. And for anybody, I respect anybody, and a shout out to everybody who came and fought me in Dragon Ball Z. Okay, where I'm not nerf, I'm not bug, I'm not clamp, I'm not calibrated. Okay, and I respect those guys, and the guys who will come fight me in Street Fighter, and the guys who will come fight me in Naruto. I respect you guys. You know what I'm saying? But the guys who just stick to DC Universe Online and say they're good, when all you do is switch your power every time the flavor of the month, guys who think they're good that are exploiting their immunities, guys who think they're good that are exploiting screen blocks, guys who think they're good that are exploiting throwing barrels at people that cause screen blocks, right? That cause lag. Those guys aren't good. Guys who want to scrimmage and bring people in their group with them to adjust the clamping, no. The guys who want to scrim because clamping is the way to win, guys who want to do that, no, those guys are bums. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. I've seen guys, like I said, people I respect are the ones who come to Elder Scrolls Online and come fight me, who come to Dragon Ball Universe and come fight me, who come to Street Fighter and come fight me, who come to Naruto and come fight me. Those are the guys I respect. Those guys I'm always going to respect. The guys I'll show love. The guys are good shout out. And last but not least, there's another game that I fight in that Electric Magician and High Black, I believe High Black was the one who came in last night and came and fought me, right, in Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that because, you see, he sent me a message. He's like, I got you a couple times, Mello. That's good. You know what I'm saying? Because I have more strength than he did. He was like level 8, right? And he came in, he got me a couple times. You know what I'm saying? I'm level 100, you know? So even as a level 8, he was doing good against me in Grand Theft Auto, because you can have Fight Club, you can do 1v1s, Grand Theft Auto is like you can kick, you can punch, you can elbow, you can jab, you can right and left, you can haymaker, you can clothesline, so you can brawl basically in Grand Theft Auto. You can fight, you know what I mean? So that's another game that I actually fight in. I actually have Fight Club videos for Grand Theft Auto. Check that out, and hopefully one day that becomes a big deal in Grand Theft Auto. Well, thank you, Dragon Eye. I don't want, the reason why I do this, right, is this. Somebody said to me, somebody said on Twitter, he's always talking about, you know, long videos, dissing DC Universe Online. Well, if you feel like I'm dissing them, yes, it's a diss. At the same time, It's me protecting my community. Okay? And that's what I see first before I diss. I do enjoy the fact that I can diss them with the truth, though. You see, I use the truth as a weapon. I don't use lies. I use the truth as a weapon, right? And I care about the community. The reason why so is because there's a lot of people in that community that have said a lot of things to me. And when somebody says, "Oh, you don't have that many subscribers," I say to them, "I don't care." You know why? Imagine you have when I first started this YouTube actually, and when I had my other YouTube, but when I first started this YouTube and at the ending of my other YouTube, I had people come up to me. They were young kids, and they say, "Hey, you deserve a lot of more subs, and let me tell you why we can't sub to you." And I was like, "What do you mean you can't sub to me?" They were telling me that if they sub to me and their friends know that they're sub, they want to get into raids. They want to get into groups. And I said, "It's okay, buddy. You don't have to sub as long as you watch the videos." So I thank God for my subscribers, and I thank God for the people who wanted to sub that couldn't sub but came up to me and said to me what was going on, why they couldn't sub but they still watch my videos. And the numbers don't lie. You guys did watch my videos, and I want to tell you guys thank you. Thank you. Numbers don't lie. You know. Um, yeah. Well, he needs a shout out. I don't want to diss. You know, the person you're talking about. I don't want to say their name because I don't feel like I need to diss them. But yeah, you have 30K subs and you get 50 views a video. That happens when your love is fake. When the love that you get from your audience is fake, they're not interested in you. They're interested in your material. It's different. Like the guy SP says the way I portray myself. Well, I portray myself as the guy who won't take shit from little bums. You know what I'm saying? That's why I portray myself. I won't take your crap. You know what I mean? So, um, in my videos, people get to know my persona, my personality. I'm not faking. I don't have a YouTube voice. Hey guys, welcome to YouTube. Welcome to my channel. I don't have that voice that everybody else does. I don't put up that fake imitation. You know what I'm saying? I'm a potent product. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like these people who want to copy everybody and get a shout out from everyone. You know what I mean? I never needed a shout out from anybody. You know, I did my YouTube on my own, and I did things that I like to do. You know, and when some of these guys have, one guy has 9,000 subs, you know what I'm saying, and he's getting low views. Another guy has 6,000 subs, getting low views. Another one has 30,000 subs, getting low views. But me, I have 1,000 subs. Well, 1,000, excuse me, not subs. I like to say the truth. I have 1,200 plus winners, not subs, winners. I have 1,200 plus winners because they must be winners. They gotta be winners because the numbers I'm getting is from these winners. You know, I have a lot of winners subscribed to me. You know, I have a lot of good winners subscribe to me, you know, and I appreciate them a lot. And believe me, thank you for sharing my video. Believe me, you guys, when I win, like I said it before in my video, you know, what's it called? 1,000 subs, 1K subs, haters bring motivators, That's true. The haters bring motivators. You guys are my motivators, When the haters come up, they give me a thumbs down, my views go up, you know. I agree with you, Derek Nozzle. PvP is not the same because everyone's switching to broken powers. Now, there's a guy, right? Hey, what's going on, EO3? There's a legend in the chat, guys. That guy right there, Ilio, is a legend. Okay? He's a legend. Yeah, I know, you've seen it. There's actually one time, there's a video, right? They were talking bad about me, right? And the guy, the Elio in the chat, right? He went to the comment. He said, give 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 the devil his credit. You know what I'm saying? He said, give credit where credit's due, or give the devil his credit. You guys can't beat Mellow, man. That's what he wrote down. You know what I'm saying? And I'll never forget it. That was like at least 2 years ago. It was a long time ago, but I never forget it. You're a real person, you know. No, you did very good. There's a lot of PvP videos with you out there. You were a very strong healer when you healed. You were a very strong player. You were a very strong player. When you went to Crown Me King too, you're a very strong damn Crown Me King. You did a lot of stuff, EO3, and I appreciate it. Another thing that I do appreciate, right? And back in the day, right? Back in the day, he hopefully he still has the video, right? Since 2011, 2012, PvP was serious. You know what I'm saying? You know, like you know when I knew the game was gone, when I didn't see EO3 no more, when I didn't see the real PvP play, because people think some people are good, they're not. When I didn't see EO3, I didn't see Murcielago, I didn't see Murder Rate. When I didn't see these guys anymore, that's when I knew DC was done. I just wanted to say that. So that's like right after update 41, these guys were gone. When these guys left, that's when I knew DC was dead. Because you didn't see them no more. At least maybe you didn't see them dueling anymore like they used to, right? But you always see them in the watchtower walking around. You always see them in PvP. But once I noticed that Murcielago was gone, EO3 was gone, Murder Rate was gone, I didn't even see Beaming no more. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see these guys anymore. I knew DC was dead. I knew it. I knew the end of DC was near because it was impossible. I've known these guys for 5 years. You see what I'm saying? You know when you know somebody, you don't have to take down the information because you're gonna see them tomorrow. You know what I'm trying to say? Does anybody in the chat understand what I'm trying to say? DC Universe was like a community, like, okay, I'm gonna see that guy tomorrow. You don't have to take down his information because you know tomorrow you would see him. You know what I'm trying to say? Just like you would see them in real life, in the game in DC, you would see them tomorrow. You know? No, Murcielago was a beast. I give respect where respect is due, hands down. Hands down. You know what I'm saying? Murcielago was a beast. Straight up. Straight up. What before these people went gadgets, Murcielago was gadgets tearing people apart. Okay? Before gadget was a big deal. See, people went to gadgets after gadget got this buff, whatever. Murcielago was gadgets before that. Before that buff. Before that first buff. He was a beast. Hands down beast. You know what I'm saying? I fought the guy. I went to war with the guy. You know what I mean? As I said, the realest players, nobody knows them. Yeah, I know. I'm a historian of this game. You know what I mean? I know who was the best. You know what I'm saying? I fought the best. Like, you know, another thing is too. Like, you see EO3? You know I respect EO3? One of you guys want to know why I respect him? I respect Murcielago. How come these guys never changed their name? He never changed his name. You know why? He was proud of his wins and his losses. You know? The guys in the game, the new generation, changed their name because they weren't proud of their wins and their losses. You know? That guy had the same name for 5 years. I had the same name. Well, I changed it from Melevant to Lord Melevant to Lord God Melevant, but it always had the Melevant. You know what I'm saying? And there was something that happened all of a sudden where people would change their names and change their league and lie about how many times they won or how many times they lost. My generation of PvP, the East generation of PvP, we were proud of our wins and we were absolutely proud of our losses. You know why we're proud of our losses? Because we lost to a good guy. We lost to a guy who was really good, you know. And believe me, we talk trash then, but nowhere near as much trash as they talk now. Now they talk so much trash. Yep, I always get proud for my losses too. And believe me, we talk trash then, but the trash that people talk now is ridiculous in PvP. Okay? We would talk trash then. Believe me, the whole world wouldn't know we were talking trash to each other. That's all I'm saying. When we talk trash to each other back then, it was a private thing between just whoever was in it, not the whole DC universe. Now, when people talk trash, they want everybody to know that they're talking trash. They want the world to know that they're arguing. And back in my time, a fight was an argument was a private thing. A fight was public. Like when you're fighting, it was public. Like the fight was a big deal. But when you were arguing, that was private. That was a private thing. The argument was never something you put out public. You know what I mean? You never took the argument and let everybody know, invite 10,000 people to a chat. That wasn't the way it was. But anyways, I want to get back to the DCO Census. You guys are playing the game, and you guys know that the lies. It's definitely lies. There's not that many people at that CR. And if there are, then when you're shouting, there would be that many people in your group. Like your whole group would be 148. I got a question. When was the last time that someone in this chat was in a group that was full with 148 CR people? That the whole group was 148 CR. I gotta open my window. That's the question of the chat right now. When were you? Because they said there's over 7,000 people, 7,600 plus, which I'll round it off to 8,000. That's what I rounded off to. And somebody tell me, right? Please, somebody tell me, when was the last time that you were in a group in DCUO, right? And while you were in the group, right, everybody was 148 CR. Because that's basically what they're stating to me, because there's not that many people who play the game. So, if you're playing new content, how many people in the group are 148 CR? I know Dragon I never played. I know you said that before. Well, what they like to say about me, they like to say, oh, you're in every stream. You know why? Because I'm taking record. I'm taking record. I'm going to, yes, I do go to the DC Universe streams and I go look to see the chat, to see how many people's playing, see how many groups are being made, to look at everybody's. I know you guys. Thank you for saying never. I agree with you guys because I do my research myself. The reason why I keep on saying stream is you guys say I always say I go to the stream, so I do admit going to the stream, and I go to look to do my research. I use many different forms of research because I want to show the world that stop listening to these lies that these people say. So I go through all the streams and I go look to see, right? Well, the drop now Zargon's co-signing saying the drops are horrible. So how can the whole group be top CR? That I believe is also true. So I go do my research, and in the research that I do, I see that the chat's not moving. I played the game for 5 years. I know what a DC Universe chat's supposed to look like. I have thousands of videos that you could just go to on my YouTube, literally, and just look at my chat box. And you're gonna be like, "Whoa, was that DCUO?" Yes, it was. Poof, 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 poof. Chat box is going crazy. That's what it was. You know. Nowadays, if you sit there and you look at the LFG, you look at the chat box, right? Hello, Dark Horus. Welcome, welcome. If you look at the chat box, right, you'll see that it's not moving like it used to be. You know, they say PvE is the leading pillar right now, but why isn't the chat box not moving as fast as it used to be? It's not. These are the things that they keep on lying about. There's no way. There's no way. The game, no, I chose to speak today instead of play the game because I don't want to be playing the game and not be focused on what I'm saying and have a lot of things to say. Well, since Dark Horus is here, Horus, I actually went and watched your video, and I understand that you or other people may not like the way that I make my statements, the way I, interpret myself. I don't know. You guys don't like the way I speak. There's two things I want to say to you. Yeah, there's this chance. Well, see, I'm glad you said something, so I didn't have to go negative. Yeah, there's a chance they can save it. This is the chance. This is the only way they can save it, right? To answer you, Dark Horse. This is the only way you can save the game, right? Very simple. And I know that people are gonna say, "Oh, Melvin, you just don't like these people, and that's why you're saying that." No, the truth is, you have to take out the people who first thing they put first is jealousy in their minds, thoughts, hate, people like that. Like that's why I made that video about Super Patriot. Like you're supposed to be a leader in the community, right? Oh my gosh, it's raining over here, so everybody's like, just close the window. You're supposed to be a leader in the community, and you're sitting there promoting hate. You should be telling people, don't harass nobody in this game, don't do this, don't do that. Instead of that, you join in and you go start talking bad about me, you start talking bad about Small before that. No, I mean, I don't mind. Yeah, I wanted to finish what I was saying. I don't mind if they ignore my posts. That's why I made my analogy like that. When you ignore what your tenants are saying, then you lose that money. I don't mind if they ignore my post or anybody else's posts. I don't mind that they do that. As a matter of fact, that's a good thing that they do that. That's the reason why the server is dying and they make less money and they have to fire mostly all their staff, and their staff that they fired contact me. So I'm very happy that they did that actually. Negligence is not a virtue that anybody wants. You know what I'm saying? You know, the people who run DC Universe have the wrong virtues. You know, they have the wrong perspective of life. Like I said before in the conversation I had with you learn when you were suspended from the forum the second time. Well, let me tell you something. If you believe that that's the way a business is supposed to be ran, then you go ahead. You know, yeah, I know that. I know that one thing for sure is that manipulation and lies is not the way it's supposed to be ran. You know, that's one thing for sure. You know, you don't lie. You don't favoritism. You don't use favoritism. Yeah, right. Let's. You know, when you're negligent, you have to listen to the people who are saying that this is wrong and that is wrong. You know, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Dark Horse, and everybody who's listening. Right? I said it before. I'm gonna say it again. All right. Before update 41 happened, I made about 20 accounts. Definitely, the number was 20 because I made a number to stop. It was 20. You know, probably could have made 2 or 3 more before earlier when I decided to say, okay, I'm gonna stop at 20. Right? Um, I went to my mother's house, my cousin's house. I went everywhere. I went to libraries, different libraries. This is before I knew I could change IPs. Right? They were blocking IPs. Right? So every time I said that update 41 would be a bad idea, you should just add another mode like you did with before we had death matches and we have capture the node matches where you had home turf, you didn't have home turf. And I said you should just add a couple more game modes like that, just like that, because you've already interpreted a system in there, right? You've already interpreted a system in there. I said please, in different accounts, in nice ways, in nice ways. So I'm just telling Dark Horse in a nice way I said it, right? Just because it wasn't what they wanted, because you have to understand when they come out with a new DLC or something like that, there's a whole bunch of exploits and glitches for administration and friends. That's why they didn't want to listen to my idea. What somebody kept on saying to me, and other people were saying to me, and the people probably your friends who know were saying that, oh, that's going to break the community, that's going to divide the community. Game modes is going to divide the community, and they know it's me because I said it to them in regular chats in the game, try to talk to them, and they knew it was me on the phone, even though I was using different accounts and all. Right? Even though I worded differently, the fact that I said game modes, and I'm still saying game modes today, and I said game modes back then, is the reason why they will not add game modes, because they don't want Melvin to say I told you so. Pride is not a good virtue for inferior men. But anyways, let me get back. Let me calm myself down a little bit. Right? They said that it would divide the community, and I said to them, no. What you're going to do right now is going to divide the community. Okay? And it's funny. I should have screenshot all those things, all those banned accounts, right? I'm gonna try to get on a couple of them, see if I can. Those banned accounts that I had in 2014, 2013, right? That I went on a forum with, and I begged them, okay? I begged them, please. I said, please. That is going to divide the community. They said no. If we have game mode, that's going to divide the community. So they kept up with their idea, they didn't add the game modes in, and they came up with clamping. Okay? And that divided the community. They have been money hungry the last few years. It's not, they're not making money. That's the thing that you guys are not understanding. They're not making money. When they're making money, they can make changes. They're not making money. They're firing people. They're laying people off, my friend. You know, they're laying a lot of people off. You know, they're even laying off the people who can fix problems in the game. The game's going downhill, my friend. They can lie all they want and try to change the numbers in the census all they want, and they could do all that. But in all reality, like I said, I'm much smarter than them, and I'm always gonna prove their lies. And then I have other people who are watching them closely, as you guys see. I'm gonna have to get on the server for me to show you that what everybody's writing about me on DC Universe Online. I don't have to play the game. I have a PSN where people send me a lot of messages, screenshots. I have a Twitter. I have a Facebook. I have a lot of things. So they're not even making money off boosted bundles and replay badges. You know why? This is what I gotta say, right? In my time at DC Universe Online, right? Where are the videos? Where's the advertisement? Where's the streamers? I've played DCUO, yeah, but I own the hard copy, my friend. Okay? They know if I actually said who I was, they know who I was back then. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, Melvin's not my first tune. So that's why a lot of people have it confused, you know. But make a long story short, is that I know that this game is finished. I know that this game is finished. I know that especially when they went and they adjusted the census to lie for it, like that was the funniest thing in the world, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, if people spend $100 on booster bundle packs, I don't even think. Honestly, I gotta be real honest, right? The people who used to spend that money, they play Elder Scrolls now, man. You know what I mean? They play Elder Scrolls, especially after Elder Scrolls won MMORPG of the year. They all playing Elder Scrolls now, man. So nobody, DC Universe, Elder Scrolls purposely did it too. They put their game on sale, left it on sale on purpose. All right. Elder Scrolls is going to finish DC Universe, right? And then in 2016, when all these other games come out in 2016, especially Naruto, DCUO is dead. All right. So especially when you're going to the point where you have to lie, you have to manipulate your senses to lie for you. Nah, even the flavor of the month power will keep DCO alive. Booster bundles, all that. You know, I'm glad you got rid of DC Universe video. I'm glad when Orbit first did that. You know what I'm saying? Took out all the DCO videos. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand you couldn't get into it, and that's why I say a lot of people can't play Elder Scrolls, can't play other games because they're so used to exploits and they're used to being able to just exploit this and exploit that. You know, when you're a gamer, you're good at multiple games. You see, I have Destiny. I don't play it, but I have Destiny, and if I go to Destiny PvP, I'm gonna do good. You know what I mean? I have I like the hand-to-hand combat. But I'll say this though, Dark Horse. You know, I sense you're here. You know, what happened to that fight for Dragon Ball's Universe? Are you ever gonna fight me in Dragon Ball's Universe, or you just want to leave that alone? Because I was thinking, me and you can get into one little fight. Settle it in Dragon Ball's Universe. You know, World of Warcraft. But all right, let me get back into this, man. So, like I was saying, I asked you guys, how many of you guys have ever gotten to a full 148 CR group? And you guys said none of you. So none of you. So Dark Horse, I'm asking you also the same thing. When have you ever gotten to a full 148 CR group? Okay. Um, of course, you can't play Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Dragon Ball Xenoverse takes skill, Dark Horse. But anyways, like I was saying, how many times have you stepped in a full 148 CR group? That's one thing I want to ask you because for some reason it states Rocket League. Yeah, Rocket League is better than DCUO. You're right, Derek Nozzle. I actually played Rocket League. I'm surprised I didn't mention Rocket League. Rocket League is way better than DCUO. Way better, way better. Absolutely way better. Um, Dragon Ball Z to me is just absolutely way better. Like that's what I like about Dragon Ball Universe. They have a ranking system. They have all that. That's why DC to me is just garbage. After I played Dragon Ball Universe, DC Universe is like will always be garbage to me. And I realized how bad DC Universe was when I took a chance. When I took some time off playing it. So this is before even the time when I asked for my refund in August. When it was, I think it was August, right? So back when Dragon Ball Z came out, like February, March, right, is when I really started to slow down. But I also bought GTA before that. But when I bought Dragon Ball Z, I started to slow down playing the game because I realized that this game was better than DC by so much that it was crazy. You know what I mean? And then when I would go back to play DC Universe, and I realized how the community was and how it was built around lies, and how DC Universe is just like one of those games that's about glitches and exploits. I just started slowing down playing that game. I even started slowing down uploading. I have 2,000 wins videos that I haven't uploaded yet. So I was waiting for Dark Horse to say never, but he hasn't said never, so he's not responding. So basically, none of you guys have ever gone to a group that's 148 CR, all 148 CR. Metal Gear and Batman mostly. Batman is good. Batman is good. And they're lying on the census saying there's about 8,000 people that are 148 CR. And the reason why so is the same reason Super Patriot lied before. What happened is this. They were under the impression, or he knew that no one would go look to see the numbers, just me. I'm the only person who made a video about Super Patriot lying, right? He knew that nobody would go look. He's just been lying to people for 5 years. He lied to you guys about me. He doesn't want you guys to go to my YouTube, because if you go to my YouTube, you'll see that how did Melvin lose to any of these guys? Because he beat all of them, and they don't have videos of them beating me, you know? And the people that have videos of them beating me, you can go through my videos, you'll be like, that's why they have one video of them beating Mello. Mello has thousands of videos of them beating him. They don't want you to know that I beat them and all their friends, you know? But I'll say this in front of you guys. If the best of the best say that I'm one of the best, right? But I tell you this, there's no such thing as the best. However, if you talk about one of the greatest, you can't talk about the greatest without mentioning me, you know? And that's why they want to derail you from my YouTube. They want to derail you from my YouTube. They're trying to derail you guys away from me, because I speak the truth about them and what they do, you know? They hate guys who are good at PvP, you know? But there's guys out there who are just as good as me or better than me that they don't like either, you know? There's other people that they don't like either that are PvP related. So I'm not just the only person that they don't like that's PvP related, you know? You see them come to my podcast, come to our podcast. I don't want your dates to rip my head off, right? They come to our podcast, right? And you can see that these are the top PvPers in the game. You know, when you look at our podcast, we have the top PvP players in our game, in our podcast, from our game. We respect each other. We fought each other, you know? So it's not that we have it's not that I have any personal animosity. I just feel like Super Patriot has the audacity to say anything about PvP. You do not PvP. You know what I mean? You're not a PvPer, man. You know what I mean? And I believe that the CRT should be, you know, well, I don't want to respond to you, Dark Horrors, because I just want to say that, is that person a top PvPer? You know what I'm saying? Because the top PvPers come to our, you know what I mean? But we invited Super Patriot because of you know, he wanted to defend himself, and you guys know me, that whatever he says, whatever I say behind somebody's back, I'm gonna say to their face. And when Super Patriot came, I had a couple things to say to his face. But what you guys didn't notice is that even in that broadcast, that podcast, there's a lot of sneak dissing from him, like trying to call people his fan. Like, I didn't like that, because I'm not your fucking fan. You know what I'm saying? Try to sneak diss people, try to call them stupid. I'm not stupid, motherfucker. You're stupid because you don't know how to run a game. You know what I mean? Try to call me an SOB. You know what I'm saying? And you guys didn't notice that. There's more that he did, little sneak disses, but I'm a man. I don't let people sneak diss me. You know what I mean? So that's why I was a little bit aggressive towards him, because you're not gonna sneak diss me. You're not gonna try to insult my intelligence. All right, super bum. You're just not. I'm smarter than you. I own more than you. I live a better life than you. You're nothing to me. You know. You're nothing to me. So when it comes down to it, the reason why they hate me is because I won't allow you guys to be hurt by them, and that's why they hate me. You know, as I promote the truth. You can go back to my old videos, right? Which is if Mepps goes into a PvP arena, he would get wrecked. Well, yeah, if you go back to my old videos, I was stating that in the future DC Universe would fail, and I was stating that because of Mepps and the CRT, you know, because these people don't know how to run a game. They don't even play with the players. Mepps thinks coming down and putting a whole bunch of ads, which is very unprofessional. Okay, I want to say this in this thing right here. It is very unprofessional to go to play with players, right, and to drop a whole bunch of ads and cause lag and all that. That's very unprofessional. I just want to. Oh, I've always wanted to say that. That is the most. That means the game is dying. That's very unprofessional for him to do that, right? Oh yeah, I would. You know, I would love to have you on there, man, because I remember what happened. You know, and another thing is, right? They allow people to be scammed and have their accounts stolen and all that on that server, and that's wrong. You know, and it's because, you know why that happens though? Because they're too busy promoting hate. Like a guy like Super Patriot, I couldn't believe it. Like when somebody, for example, right? When I seen that When I seen that video, some people probably thought like, oh, yeah, he's happy. Like, yeah, he got something on me. Actually, I was sad. I was actually sad. I was like, really, man? I thought, after we had a dispute, it would have been like, some mutual respect. He would have been the one to say, hey, the guy doesn't play the game no more. Leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? I would expect for him to be the mature person because he is the older man. You know what I'm saying? Supposedly by 20, 30 years, whatever. But he's supposed to be older, like 60, 67, I don't know. But 80, 84, I don't know how old he is. But make a long story short, you're supposed to be the older, mature man. And you're supposed to be a leader in the community. One of the first things that you should have done as a leader in the community is not say anything negative about, say, leave Melvin alone. You know what I'm saying? Why are you talking about he doesn't play the game? Instead, you go and you diss Melvin, then you go diss Mal before death. Because these are people, you hate them because these people are the ones who beat everyone. You hate them. Personal hate. Why are you doing that? As a leader in the community, you should not be promoting hate. And, this is why the DC Universe community is going down the drain. Because you have people who are promoting, they want you to hate me. But I just want to say to everybody, Dark Horse, you too, I'm not asking you for views or nothing. I'm not asking for nothing. I'm asking you to go to relevant battles, historical battle, and just hit play. Sit back and hit play. Watch versus USPS server 1, 2, and 3. Those are the old players. You know what I'm saying? All of them, right? And then you go watch the historical battles. You just watch them. Just watch all the videos. And then you listen to what they say. Melvin loses all his fights, this and that. And then you go look to see how many fights I've lost on YouTube. You go find them because obviously I used to live stream people who are watching right now. I used to live stream all day long, right? And all I did was fight. Ask them. I would live stream 18 hours, 16 hours, 12 hours, 10 hours, and all I did was fight. And ask them how many times I would lose during my stream. Ask them. They wouldn't be here if they didn't see something. If they didn't see something that was like, whoa. My record speaks for itself. They don't want you to know my record because I beat them and I beat everyone. And it's because they lied. That's why. Melvin this, Melvin that. They always have something negative to say about me. Oh, wait, and why? Have you ever played a raid with me? No. Have you ever PvP'd on the same team as me? No. Have you done an alert with me? No. A duo? No. So how do you know me? Well, I already knew you were in Descendo Dissonance, I can already tell. But you have to understand, my friend is Remoki Osora. So he told me a lot about Descendo Dissonance. I have it recorded. So I can play it one day, but I don't have to. I'm just going to invite him to the podcast. Makes it easier. So I know the truth about Descendo Dissonance. So, but anyways, make a long story short, man. I just want to tell you guys, whatever the census is saying is a lie. Be careful with Super, he's lying. No ducking ever. I know, thank you, man. I never ducked anybody. Oh, man. I never ducked anybody, man. I fought the best of the best. And I gotta say this one thing. There is no best. I want to say it again. There is no best. Anybody can be beat on any given day. However, if you ever talk about the greatest, you can't talk about the greatest without mentioning me. Because I fought anyone and everyone. Old generation, new generation. I did this. After update 41, I said a lot of my friends stopped playing. A lot of PvPers said they weren't going to play no more. I'm not trying to diss nobody, but a lot of Soldiers of Light, all those people, they did not come to the Watchtower. They were afraid of the new generation. But if you're a PvPer, if you're a real PvPer, if you are Lord God Melvin of this game, you're not afraid of no era, no generation, no adjustment they make to PvP. You may hear me cry and whine about PvP, but you didn't see me avoid it after PvP Season 3, did you not? No. I was there in the middle of the battle, in the middle of the war. Even though they changed the game for them to beat me, even though they made the adjustment for me to lose, even though they had exploits, I still was fighting them. I still was fighting those exploit tanks. I still was fighting those exploit mental. I still was fighting, and I still was winning. You know why? Because it's not the power, it's the player. Okay? It's the player. Remember that. You know? And when I play Dragon Ball Z Universe, right? People say to me, "Oh, these guys are using glitch moves and they're using this," and I say, I'm not worried about it. I'll be able to find a way around it. Where there's a will, there's a way. Turn your mind into a computer and your body into a weapon. Where there's a will, there's a way. And I would try and I would win. I still would win. I have proof of it. I mean, it's all on my YouTube. Proof of it. And that's why they want to derail you from me. They want to derail you from my YouTube. They want to derail it because if you see it, if you actually get to sit there and hit play and you watch all the videos, and at the end of watching all the videos, you'll think in your mind, who did he not beat? That would be your thought of me afterwards. Is who did he not beat? Because you see that I beat everyone. I made it. Then I went to Dragon Ball Z and I did the same thing. You know why? Because this is the way. I'm competitive, number one. But number two, because people like to lie. And that's why I made that video about a super patriot. All right, take care. Take care. E. That's why I made the video about super patriot, about the lying, because that's my issue with the USPS server, is the lies. And then after having a conversation, which everybody's seen everybody's seen it live, instead of him, when those people are saying silly stuff in the chat, instead of him saying, hey, just leave that guy alone. He doesn't even play the game. He gets involved in it. And instead of him leaving it just between Melevant and the community, he wants to utter more hate. He wants to promote more hate to a Smile who has nothing to do with the game. Leave the man alone. Just like I'm not in the game, leave me alone. And then he goes to his podcast and he says in his podcast, right, that Smile Before Death got famous off his name. How? Father in heaven, how? What is wrong with this man? This guy is such a liar. And I'm sick of him. And I'm sick of them manipulating and corrupting the game for lies. And that's what this video is about. Because you go to the census and you look at the census and you say, there's no way in heck. And go put it right now. Go put 148 CR, go to census, right? And put equal to or greater than, do either one. Greater than is like for some reason you have people higher than 148 CR in the game. Who knows why, right? And it says fuck that. So I got it's funny. So you go put it in the DCUO census, right? And it says 7,690 people. And the person who's seen this was so appalled, right, by this, that they hit me up ASAP. But however, I wasn't using my other account. I haven't been on it for a while. And finally I said, all right, let me go on it, right? And I checked the emails and I was like, all right, let me go look at this. And I'm telling you guys to go look at that and please tell me, you've been in a group with all 148 CR people, right? Please tell me. So somebody go check it out and see what it is, because that's what this is about. They can't be doing that to people now. Now the one thing that used to tell the truth is telling a lie. And why did they make that adjustment? Just try to make a video sometime this week, like, look, Melevant's wrong, haha. Melevant's wrong. Yes, he is. Is that what you guys are trying to do? Does that seem like it's gonna work? I mean, I had my dates on it. It's last month. I don't know. I don't know where they're getting at with this one, but I just find it to be extremely funny. I find it to be extremely funny. I find it to be extremely odd. And how long have I been on this? I've been on this for an hour. Okay. I find it to be extremely funny. I find it to be extremely odd and wrong, because we all know that there's not 8,000 people at 148 CR. It's weird. Anyway, before I leave, anybody have any questions? You never meant to hang out in the PvP chat? Alright. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody else want to say something? And Dark Horse also, man. That crowd that you're hanging with, gotta be careful with that crowd. That crowd is a crowd full of lies. And you won't know it until you get used to them. But they don't know what my old name used to be. They don't know who I was because I had my mic on. But they used to be like, before there was the mega server of DC, used to be like single servers back then. And I had an account. And I'm used to all these guys. And they lie a lot, my friend. Change their name, change their powers, think they're good, change their weapon. They're not good. You know? My record speaks for itself. And you should go check that out, Dark Horse. You should go look at Dragon Ball Z too and check it out. Because the lies that they say about me, my YouTube proves it. And that's why they would do anything to get rid of my YouTube. Anything. But they can't. Not this time. I learned from all the other times. And this time around, this one's going to last forever. It's going to have proof, all the history of how bad I beat them up and their friends. And if the person around DC Universe was smart, they would say, Melevant, come take over the PvP section of the game and tell us what we need to do. And believe me, if I was in charge of the next update and they lose my ideas for the next update, not only would everybody PvP, DC Universe would even make money off PvP. But when it listens to these people who don't know how to do nothing, who don't know how to turn nothing into something, who have no idea what it is to run a business, who rather corrupt and manipulate than to be creative. They'd rather be corruptive and manipulative than to be creative. You understand what I mean? This is what they rather do. They rather corrupt the census. You guys, like I said, go queue up right now, because that's why I did it at this time, so people can see. You go queue up, all right? Or try to make a group. But this is another thing I want to say, because a friend of mine said that he can get into a group fast, right? And I want to say this, right? Don't queue up. Don't get into a group with your friends. Don't get into a group with your league mate. I want you to pug it and see how long it takes for you to get into a pug group, and how long it takes for that pug group to be completed without assisting them. Well, that's what it is. That's a game shouldn't be about just your friends in your league. You know, you should play with anyone and everyone. That's what I did. I played with anyone and everyone. I was. Yeah, there's a lot of bugs in DCUO. A lot of bugs. A lot of bugs. Well, guys, like I said, I'll be uploading a lot of videos of other games, such as Pro Evolution Soccer, NBA Live, Grand Theft Auto, Onigiri, Dragon Ball Xenoverse, Naruto, Shippuden Ninja Storm 4, Street Fighter 5. I have Destiny. I think I'll start doing some Destiny videos. I do have Destiny. The podcast will be at 7 o'clock. We will have some of the top PvPers from DC Universe Online there. Some of the top 1v winners there. And it's going to be a pretty good chat. It's going to be a pretty good chat. It may be, you might want to invite you guys. I'm gonna give you guys 1 minute to invite your friends to this, because I'm gonna let out some exclusive stuff. Nah, J-Star, you're wasting your time with J-Star. You're wasting your time with J-Star. You need to play Dragon Ball Universe. Like, J-Star is nothing. Dragon Ball, if you want exclusive, good PvP, you need to for sure be playing Dragon Ball Universe. If you have that game, then you need to be playing Dragon Ball Universe. That's the real deal PvP. And if you want to see somebody fight the best, you want to see somebody beat the top players, they actually call me a legend in that game. That's why I love that game. You know, they give me my respect in that game. You know, I hate DC because they like to lie, and they have a corrupt system where they can lie, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? But in Dragon Ball Universe, I get my respect in that game because there's a ranking system. There's a system where you can't lie. You know what I mean? And So go check it out. Go check out the videos. You get a chance to see how good the game really is, actually. I have a lot of other videos too. I think I'm just gonna do PvP in Destiny. That's it. I level my guy up, do PvP. But Grand Theft Auto's popping right now. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna turn on my PlayStation because I think I'm going to play Grand Theft Auto. Grand Theft Auto's popping right now. That's the game to play. That's the game to play. Let's see what that's telling to play on. Wow, okay. I see you on that Dragon Ball Z universe, man. If you want to learn, maybe that's what it is. I think some guys have a hard time with the game. If you want to learn from the best, there's an opportunity. I might teach you a couple things. Actually, no, I don't think I'm the best in Dragon Ball because Dragon Ball is like DC too. Dragon Ball, you can lose to anyone any day. So there's no such thing as the best in Dragon Ball either because Dragon Ball is just like DC. Anybody can beat anybody. When you really think about it. All right, I'm off subject, so that means definitely that the stream is done. You know, because if I keep on talking, I would have to change the name of it because I'm not talking about corrupted and manipulated. I already said everything I had to say about it, actually. Um, it seems like I can't turn this off. So what I'll be doing is I'll keep this on, and let me see who's playing. All right, I think I'm gonna do this. So I'm gonna end this video, and I don't know if I'm gonna save it. I don't know because I just went off subject with it. I don't know if I should save it. And I didn't want it to be this long either. I end up making these long videos. They're not supposed to be this long. Just call Sony and get your money back. Yeah, the podcast, this week, I can't guarantee a spot this week, Dark Horse. I can't guarantee a spot this week for the podcast. However, maybe next week, but maybe. We don't know yet. Because we're gonna have some special guests this week. And it's gonna be explosive. That's all I gotta say. I believe that tomorrow's podcast, as soon as this starts, is gonna be explosive. You know, because we're trying to make sure that the cast and it's just gonna be explosive tomorrow. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna be one of those podcasts that if you're not busy, you want to be watching it. Even the games that people will be playing during the podcast, and I think it's just gonna be different. It's gonna be wild, man. It's gonna be a wild thing. It's gonna be wild. Everybody's in Elder Scrolls and they're leveling up. It's gonna be in God, man. It's on mine too, but my channel is a sports channel now. My channel is like it's still gaming, but my channel is more like a PvP channel now. It's just about like for example, what's good. Like, I haven't really even tried to even make anything really. It's mostly about PvP. I also got a PvP channel. I think I'm gonna play Dragon Ball Z Universe. Actually, I'm gonna play Elder Scrolls, guys. All right, let's check out some free games, guys. There's a lot of free games. If you guys like soccer, there's a Pro Evolution soccer game that's free. It's called Pro Evolution Soccer My Club. It's absolutely free. You guys want to get that one? All right, I'm gonna shut this one down, guys. I'm gonna start an Elder Scrolls, all right? So I'll be back on thinking about working on a boxing channel. Boxing is good. Um, Boxing is a good sport to deal with. You just can't. It all depends. Like I'm trying to do the boxing. I think I had better. I think I have better UFC videos than I had better boxing videos. And but boxing, if you know, you have to do what you know. If you don't know it, don't do it. You know what I mean? You have to do what you know. Because if you don't know it, people won't watch it. If you're saying something you don't know, they will not watch it, bro. If you know what you're talking about, they'll watch it. But if you don't know what you're talking about, they'll make fun of you. Then they won't watch it. Trust me. I'm gonna start Elder Scrolls the stream. Actually, oh man, I don't know what I'm gonna play. I want to play GTA. Actually, I'm gonna play GTA. That's what I really want to stream instead. I'm so into playing GTA, so I'll definitely be streaming GTA instead. All right, guys, I'm going to end this one. How do I end this though? Oh, that's why I have two computers on. I'm looking at the wrong computer the whole time. All right, you guys take care. Thanks for watching.